So today I just wanted to make a quick video talking about this shot we got in the trailer of Negan. The Walking Dead Season 10 trailer does what most other seasons of The Walking Dead tries to do. It makes us think something's happening, but it's not. But in this case, I think this means something a lot worse, not for the show, but for the characters within the story. And it actually should make some really good scenes. The next shot shows him with a crowbar standing over Aaron, and the trailer makes it look like he's beating Aaron down, or he's about to kill Aaron. But I think most of us know this isn't going to really be the case. And to prove that Negan isn't killing Aaron in this shot or beating him down, we did even see in one of my most recent videos that behind the scenes, Negan and Aaron are out to fight the Whisperers or the Walkers. And so it's likely Aaron has fallen to the ground from Whisperers or Walkers and Negan is helping him up. But there's something else I think this will start. This will start Negan's not only redemption arc, but his freedom arc. Of course, the character Brandon Rose has been added into this season, which kind of ruins the whole theory that Gage will get this death that I had. Brandon Rose is a kid in the comics that gets stabbed by Negan when letting him free. It was random, but it definitely works. That's what Negan's character would do. Like I said, he's just very chaotic. That's how his mindset is. And I thought Gage would be the one to do that because he's lost a lot of people to the Pikes. He lost all his friends to the Pikes, and he doesn't appear to have any parents. And so that would make sense. But it's looking like now they've added Brandon Rose, he's gonna kill Brandon Rose. And so I think from this very scene we see in the show, he's going to become, in a sense, free. Of course, he's still not had the redemption arc. I don't think he's redeemed himself at all in that sense. Of course, he's out of the cell, so he's redeemed himself that much, but there's something more he has to do. So in this shot, I think he's going to help Aaron up. He's going to kill some Walkers or Whisperers, and he's going to start to feel like his Season 7 self. And it's going to be from this point that we get the Negan we've been waiting for. Because once he starts killing again, he's going to be Negan again. And so from this scene, I think it's going to be very different. And this is why I still believe Negan will be the one to kill Alpha or even Beta. He's going to have something to do with that comic story arc. Now I know it's gone completely different to the source material, but you've got to remember, it's still, this part of the comic still happened. And it happened for a reason. Of course, we know the show's going to end completely differently now, or at least further away. So it's going to be more different than it ever was, but it's still going to be the same. It's just going to be switched up more than it was in other seasons. And it's clear from the trailer, from all the sneak peeks and teasers and pictures we've seen, that Negan is pretty much getting his exact same arc, apart from the fact he would still be in the cell by now. So then again, because Negan is out of his cell, this could mean he has to do a lot less to be fully redeemed. But like I've always said, he's got to do something quite big for Daryl. I still can't believe that hasn't been addressed yet. The whole Negan and Daryl story, the tension between them and Daryl's hate wasn't addressed throughout the whole of Season 9. It's been years since Rick Grimes even left the show, or left the main show in that universe, and I find it hard to believe that in that time Daryl went to see Negan. They haven't spoke since Daryl was locked up, so I think that's a pretty bad idea to do that off screen. Daryl hates Negan that much that he wouldn't have seen him for that long, so Negan has to do a lot more than just save Judith and his dog. Of course that's a big deal, but you've got to remember he did kill Glenn, and he made Daryl feel really bad about it, even worse than Rick did. In fact, Daryl thought about the lineup more than Rick did. And we've seen Rick, of course, hates Negan and the way he's treated Negan. So just think about the way that Daryl is going to treat Negan. I don't think we've seen the half of what's going to go down between them. And in the trailer, we did get Daryl punching someone who looked to be like Negan. Of course, after in the trailer, Daryl was talking down to Negan in the cell, it switched to Daryl punching someone. And in my Season 10 trailer breakdown, I did say that was Negan, but of course, it's something the trailer's done to make it look like that. This is actually most likely, more than likely, Dante. Of course, he's a new character added from the comics, and he's in the show now. It's a bit weird that they've added all these characters. I do think they should have just given those storylines to characters that are already in the show, but I think that just means when there's a death in the show, at least it won't be the old-time characters, because I do think, especially with Rick leaving, we need more of them being safe. I don't really mind Carol, I'm not a massive fan of her, but if she did die, it really would take a lot out of the show. Especially with Rick Grimes leaving, you do start to think, what is the show anymore without those older characters? So it's good that Carol's still in it. Do, however, think it's probably best we see less of the main characters if they're adding newer characters into it. Give new stories to those new characters and give them their deaths. It's important, although we love these older characters, that they don't get overused and given stories that these new characters could easily have from the comics. And going back to Negan, that's actually why I think he should be the one to kill Alpha or to kill Beta. I wouldn't really be annoyed if he wasn't the one to do it, but I've seen people in the comments they would be because they've read the comics. It's an iconic scene that they feel needs to happen, and I'm pretty much behind that belief too. If Carol did it, I don't know if I would be completely happy with that. However, I understand it has to be an act of vengeance. I just think Negan has to have a big involvement in what happens. My theory has always been that Negan will have a massive deal to do with Alpha. He will lead her out of the Whisperer's territory, and Carol will be the one to kill her. I think that would make the most sense, especially with Daryl being the one to fight Beta. It would make sense if Carol was the one to fight or even kill Alpha. I think it would be really contentious of them to just have Carol straight up kill Alpha without anything to do with Negan. I know fans of the comics would not like that at all, and I don't think I'd be completely happy with that either. I understand this is a universe set on the graphic novel, but don't be that unrealistic. Carol's not just gonna waltz into the Whisperer's territory. It has to have something to do with an unknown face, and I think Negan's perfect for that. It's interesting to me that Negan and Carol have never even been in the same room. It makes me think they've been saving them for this very moment in the story. For them to finally be on screen together and do something that is such a big deal, is impactful. What better time for them to talk than to get Daryl to like Negan? I think Daryl and Michonne are going to be completely against having the risk of war, yet Carol's going to want to because of course they killed Henry. And I think Negan's going to see that, and that's when it's going to start. I really think Negan and Carol are going to be the ones to do this. Certain events are going to take place, and Negan and Carol are just going to be driven together to do something about the situation. And of course, I made this video about this shot with Negan and Aaron. I think from this shot, he's going to be, like I said, the Negan he was. And from there, he's going to start having a bit of conviction about him. Especially in this shot, he just looks like how he was too. I really think this is going to be the start of him being free, which of course will lead to him doing something to make him free, and we all know what I'm talking about. I feel like he's got to have something big to do with Alpha, but more importantly, what do you think? On the top right of your screen, you're going to see an eye icon. Just click or tap on that and you can vote in the poll. Do you think Negan and Carol will kill Alpha or even Beta? Make sure to let me know, and of course, don't just vote in the poll, make sure to comment down below what you think. Now I'm thinking of it, the way Carol is talking in the trailer, although she says she has to die, once we get a backstory for how Alpha and Beta met, or even for Beta himself, I can even see Carol wanting to kill Beta so that Alpha hurts, to antagonize her, to hurt her. Because of what Alpha did to Henry, I do think that's likely too. It's hard to say, but either way, Carol's gonna have something big to do with this. But the question is Negan. Of course, if you enjoyed this video and you want to support me, then make sure to press the like button. It genuinely helps this video get seen. And if you did enjoy this video, then you'll enjoy my other videos. Check out one of my most recent videos where we talk about actual spoilers behind the scenes that AMC let out themselves. Talking of Negan killing Alpha, we see some pictures that suggest pretty major events taking place pretty early on in season 10. So make sure to go and check that out. And if you want to see who I think is going to get Gabriel's horrific comic death, then make sure to watch this video. We actually talk about every single character it could be, but who I genuinely think it will be. And it's not looking good for a certain character. Also, if you want to see the biggest coincidence in TV history, make sure to check out this video where we look at a certain episode of The Walking Dead that is insanely, extremely similar to a Breaking Bad episode. The day will come when you won't be, and Ozymandias. It's pretty scary. Make sure to go and check that out. And lastly, if you're interested and you're excited for the Breaking Bad movie following Jesse Pinkman, then make sure to go and watch that video. We actually talk about everything you need to know about this movie and what's going to happen in that movie. And of course, we talk about, is Walter White really dead? And its connection to Better Call Saul and when that's going to end. And by the way, my next video will actually be about Better Call Saul. I've been catching up on that show recently, and it's really good. And it's actually foreshadowing quite a lot happening in the future. The black and white scenes we've been getting in Better Call Saul are of course after Breaking Bad. And with Saul, with this character, we're going to see past the finale of Breaking Bad, and it's really exciting. I think all this time, this spin-off has been building up to Jesse Pinkman's movie. And so my next video is going to be talking about when Better Call Saul will end and what's going to happen to Saul. In the most recent black and white scene we saw, it was like Saul was getting found out. His new identity was getting seen through. And by the way, to all my subscribers that only love The Walking Dead, I really recommend you watch Breaking Bad. You can get into these videos too. If you like The Walking Dead, I assure you, you're going to love Breaking Bad, possibly even more. They go hand in hand together. And it doesn't even have to be like you're watching a completely different show, because there's theories out there that they're even in the same universe, that Breaking Bad is a prequel to it. And you know I'm going to have a video about that out soon. But until then, make sure you're subscribed so that you're the first to hear about The Walking Dead. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.